And my motto is keep it simple. You know, mankind has a habit of making things a lot more complex than it actually is. All right, well, my height right now about 6'1", and my weight's hanging in there around 150. And as for my race, well, I usually like to call myself human. I was born in New Jersey. I had 4 brothers and a sister. I wound up getting married, and I was 19, and she was 17. And we had one kid, and it only lasted like about 6-7 years. But when we came to split, I couldn't do anything, you know, without screwing everybody up and a kid. And so I just let her have custody and went off my own little way. In the 80s, I used to work at Safari Sam's, which is now the surf museum downtown. And it started out as a theme restaurant to compete with Maxwell's. It used to be what Duke's is. And it didn't work out. So the owner decided to change it into a nightclub. Local bands and punk rock bands play there. There was a time where Henry Rollins was doing poetry readings there. My favorite bars in Huntington Beach was Perks, mainly because Walter was playing there, and I'd go check out Walter, but I wouldn't drink so much. I'd be drinking like coffee or soda, stuff just for the music. I don't do it that often because I have a hard time dealing with drunken idiots. You know, God love them, but man, they can be stupid. Yeah, I've been arrested mostly for failure to appear. Well, the longest stint I had in jail was about 2 months for a commercial burglary, sort of like a revenge kind of thing, where I felt like I got the shaft from the former employer, and then I went to go and even the store, so to speak. But I got caught in the process, so. But that's something I like to leave behind me somewhere. When I think about cops in the 80s in Huntington Beach, compared to what we have now, back in the 80s,
Welcome to Huntington Beach.
they were like stormtroopers, I swear to God. There used to be this thing where it says, come to Huntington Beach on vacation, leave on probation.
Let's see some ID.
Now they're a little more user-friendly, so to speak. I used to get tickets for playing my guitar on the Pier back in the 80s. They called it operating business without a license. I put together a band, and we were Lieutenant Trips and the Optic Nerve. And I did a few shows in there. We put tie-dyes up and had candlelight, and you know, it was all groovy. I used to call me Lieutenant Trips, mostly because Jerry was Captain Trips, and I was trying to follow in his footsteps, so they called me Lieutenant. If you want to ask me how many times I've taken LSD, geez, that's hard to count. Hundreds of times. Sort of opened my eyes and made me aware of things that they're just everyday things, but I gotta see them in a different light, so to speak. You know, I never had a bad trip, and as a matter of fact, I'm still waiting for that flashback they kept talking about. The most insidious one was cocaine, because even after I found out my ex was fooling around with my dealer, I was still buying my coke from him, you know? But I just went cold turkey with that. I was depressed for like 6 months, but I had smoked a lot of dope, got me over it.
I smell marijuana.
Yeah, I don't smoke much dope anymore. Mostly edibles because of my emphysema that I got from 30 years of smoking cigarettes. My advice to people who are still smoking cigarettes is quit. Don't vape it. Don't, just quit. But, if I get the flu, that'll put me in the hospital. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be traveling to another place. Don't know what's gonna happen. I got my pulmonologist on speed dial. So if I'm coughing up any kind of green stuff, I call up and get the antibiotics going and some prednisone. And for work right now, I'm sort of like self-employed. I just go out busking. Well, after a couple hours, if I pick up enough to take care of my lunch and breakfast, I'm pretty happy. And if I can get beyond that, boy, I'm doing real good. I have regulars I see every day. They come by and give me a buck every day. Mothers, with children coming by, and there's some kids that like to dance around, and so I play like, Octopus's Garden and a couple old folk songs and stuff like that for them. I'm an open book. I know Homeland Security ain't looking for me, so you can take my picture as much as you want. Oh, I'm playing my guitar in a Pier. I get those good-looking women to come by and give me money, which is really a table turn there. What I want more than anything in the world is to be able to play my guitar better than I'm playing it right now. That's about all I look for, make people happy, let them know that this is a wonderful thing we're living in. There's nothing like it that we know of. Sometimes I wonder I can never say enough. Never knew communication could be so tough.
Mike, as a person, he's a super nice guy. He takes the time to talk to other people, gets in conversations, and people that meet him, that walk out on the pier, he'll talk to them, and he's a friendly guy, he's trying to make his way.
Put it into words. They fly around my head like little birds.
Yeah, I met Mike several years ago. I started noticing him playing guitar on the pier just about every day. He was always wearing a tie-dyed Grateful Dead shirt, and being a Deadhead myself, eventually just had to pull up and start talking to him and seeing what he was all about. Come to find out, we had a lot of shared interests, not only in music, politics. He's just a really nice, level-headed guy.
Put them together right, man, he can free you. As long as you do your best, let love do the rest. As long as you do your best, let love do the rest.